Everybody, how you doing out there? It's Michelle Buchanan, numerologist from New Zealand, and it is Thursday in New Zealand, and it's 11 o'clock at night. And so I don't know where you are in the world, whether you're tuning in live, whether you're watching the playback at a later date, but wherever you are, put in the comments where you are tuning in from, because I love knowing where you guys are. Because it's like we're this one big family, right? And we're all over the show. We're all in different corners of the world, but we have one thing in common, and that is that we are all interested. Hey, Barbie in Ireland. Oh, how beautiful. God, beautiful. Bet it's nice and cold there for you, crisp and refreshing right now. And Anita in the UK. Tom was just telling me that temperatures dropped a lot down there just for you guys at the moment. But the one thing that we have in common, guys, is that we all take an interest in our personal development, our self-understanding. Hey, Mark. And our spiritual growth and our spiritual awareness. Hey, Julie in the UK, thanks for tuning in. And it's really important, especially this year, and as we head into this final month of 2023, which is a 7 universal year number. It's been a really important year for us. Huge. It's been a massive year, and we're now in the final stages. And I just want to say thank you to you guys, and I want to congratulate you because you're still here. You're still hanging in there. You're still doing your best. You're still learning and growing, and you're still tuning in to self-empowerment information and self-awareness. Hey, Tan in Canada, you're still on that journey and you haven't checked out. And it's been a full-on year. And this year was meant to be a full-on year because it was meant to really catapult us onto that journey so that we are really making headway. This year was meant to amplify and still is. And that energy, even when we leave this year and head into 2024, that energy is only going to accentuate and increase. It's not slowing down, but the higher our vibration through self-understanding, self-awareness, acceptance, self-love, an understanding and an acceptance of ourselves, others, and the world as it is right here, right now, and doing the best that we possibly can to raise our vibration through gratitude, through trying to make an effort to be happy, to focus on what it is that we like and what we want and what's good in our life and what's good in our world and what's good about us and what's good about others will help raise our vibration. And the higher our vibration, the more magical these intense energies are that are only going to increase as each year passes, because we're in the big leagues now. So let's use that energy to our advantage, because we are creative beings. And if there's one thing that you can take from this message today, is the fact that we are manifesting our reality from what we think and what we feel every second of the day, every moment we're alive. What we believe about ourselves, about our lives, about our potential, about the opportunities that exist out there, what we believe we attract. So the manifestation process is off the Richter scale, and that's only going to increase as well. So why not learn that manifestation process like the back of your hand? Because we are heading into 2024, which is going to be an 8-year of manifestation, but we're just in the tail end, the finishing end of that 2023 7 universal year. And I have to tell you guys, I got a couple of little pieces of some information to tell you before I head into the forecast. So first of all, I want to tell you is my second book, Numerology Made Easy, which is actually a really big seller all around the world because it's so easy to understand and it's packed full of so much amazing information about yourself, family, friends, everything you can imagine to do with numerology and numbers. It's now an audio book For those of you who like to learn or listen while you're out and about or doing things, I know I'm a huge audiobook fan because I can kill two birds with one stone then. But it's also available as a regular paperback book, but it's also an audiobook, and it makes a great Christmas gift because it's really affordable and it's packed full of information. But it's just recently become an audiobook, which is really cool. And I was in the studio recording that, so I have to let you know about that. I also have to let you know about some Christmas special offers that I've got, some half-price numerology reports that are only $12.50 US dollars for people outside New Zealand, or New Zealand dollars for New Zealanders. And it's going to have a forecast for the next 12 months. And it's going to have your whole numerology chart. It's like a 27-page report. It's packed full of amazing information. And it makes a really cool gift because it's personalized, it's different, and it's unique. It's affordable, and it's much better than a pair of socks. And so just contact me through my website if you want me to send the discount link, because that's half price. It's normally $25, but it's half price this month for December. And I'll send you the link if you need it. And I'm also giving 5 away to 5 lucky people, and I will draw that next Thursday, the 7th of December. All right. And all you have to do is sign up to my newsletter where you get your free monthly forecast at michellebuchanan.co.nz. And that link is down in the comments. You can also, if you're already signed up, just message me through my website and go, hey, Michelle, I want to be included in that draw. So if you haven't signed up yet for your free forecast, sign up, you go in the draw. I'm choosing 5 winners, and I will email them directly to let them know that they've won on the 7th of December. All right. And what else do I have to tell you guys? I think that's about it for now. So let's get into the good stuff. All right. So December 2023. What can I tell you? Well, I can tell you that we're in a 7 universal year, but the month of December is 1. It's a 1 universal month. And what that means is this month that influences everybody on the planet is giving us the heads up that it's green light ahead, like green light, go. So that 1 universal month is saying take action, be proactive. Whatever it is that you're working on in your life, whatever actions you know need to be taken, whatever steps you know need to be taken for something that you're trying to create, or an idea that you might be trying to put into physical form, or you know that you need to start doing something. It could be a new health regime. It could be a new project you want to start, or a new friendship you want to reach out and connect with somebody, or a new relationship, or a new phase of something that's already existing. This month is saying, go for it. Take action. Don't sit around and wait for things to come to you. Get out there and make things happen. Take the bull by the horns. Get in the driver's seat of your life, and, it's a great opportunity with that 1 universal month, because it's saying that there is new opportunities out there, and don't let them pass you by. Okay. Now, the accuracy of that universal month forecast, because that influences everybody on the planet, but we have a personal month and a personal year number that's more accurate to us. All right. And this is what makes us all different from each other. So what we're going to do now is we're going to calculate your personal year number for this year, for your forecast for December. Now, a lot of you already know this number because you've been following me for some time. And then you have others that it's all new to you. And so you're not quite sure how to do that. Now, there will be a link in the comments that will take you to my website that will show you a written version of how to do this, because some people, it's listening to the instructions verbally is a bit confusing, but to see it written down and to follow it by reading those instructions can be a bit easier. But I'll explain them verbally. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the day and the month of your birth date, and we're going to add that to number 7. Why number 7? Because 2023 is a 7. So let's use the birth date, the 28th of March. All right, we're going to add that to 7. So we would go 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 3 for March is 13, plus 7 for 2023. That adds up to 20. The next step is if you end up with a double digit, just keep adding any double numbers together until you eventually get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number is your personal year number for this year. It's the last time you will have this personal year number for another 9 years, this month of December. All right, it's the final month you're going to have this personal year number. And hey, Gayleen from Aussie, from Tasmania. Oh, I think you said Trinidad, Sandra. Oh, Trinidad and Tobago. Awesome. And Kimberly from the Netherlands. Oh, I love it. And Dennis from Ireland. Hey, Dennis. And Jelena from Bosnia. Don't you love it? We're one big family and we're all over the world at the same time, tuning in together to raise our vibration through self-awareness and understanding the universe through numerology. Oh, I love it. It's so cool. Jeez, honestly, this is my favorite thing to do in the world. It is so much fun. So one more time, you're going to add the day and month of your birth date to number 7. Keep adding any double numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number is your personal year number for the year. So let's get going with your forecasts, okay? So personal year number 1. This has been a whole new beginning this whole year. Hey, Sharon from Scotland, it's your first time and your number is 1. Do you know what? My mum and my grandparents are from Scotland and I've been to Scotland. I live in New Zealand, but I've been to Glasgow and I absolutely love it. And I love the Scottish accent because I was raised on it. I just love it. I love it. So thanks for tuning in. So we're going to start with personal year number 1. And for the month of December, this is your final month for being in a 1 year, but for the month of December, you're in a 4 month. Now, I'm also going to draw my numerology oracle cards here and give you some readings with the cards for each month of you, all right? So for the month of December, you guys in a 1 year, you're in a 4 personal month, and the key word for you this month is perseverance, all right? Because that 4 is saying this month for you is about you doing whatever needs to be done. It's about taking action, and it's about doing whatever needs to be done to get yourself and or your life how you want it to be, like setting things up, doing the work that's necessary behind the scenes to get everything exactly how you want it to be. So let's say you wanted to grow your business. Then you would take action, maybe coming up with some marketing or some PR programs or ways to increase business. You might work extra hard. Like there's definitely more effort and more work required in a 4. And it's saying be persistent, persevere, be persistent, be consistent, be self-disciplined, be organized. What it's saying is don't give up, all right? What can happen in the 4 energy is it can sometimes mean slow and steady wins the race, because what happens is it's almost like you can put in twice as much effort as you would any other time, but you get half the results back. And that's because the 4 is teaching us consistency, discipline, perseverance. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Don't give up. Keep chipping away. Keep plugging away until you get things the way that you want them, because the rewards will be there. But we are being tested for our dedication, our commitment, and our ability to persevere and overcome obstacles. So don't force things to happen this month. You really need to be patient. You really need to cross your T's, dot your I's, be organized, be structured, and just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it. All right. And you can really get some headway. You can really get some good results in a 4 month. Now, I also want to draw another numerology oracle card. Let's just get some random message as to what else I can tell you guys that you're meant to know this month for you guys in a 1 year. Oh, interesting. Spiritual partnership. Now, this can mean several different things. 1, it can mean make sure you put extra effort in this month to building your spiritual relationship with source energy. All right. And that's because this is the missing link that's going to help you to manifest the outcomes that you want a lot faster and a lot easier. by handing it over to source, but working with source energy. And what do? You raise your vibration. The higher your vibration through gratitude, through feeling happy, through self-love, through doing what you enjoy, through overcoming your challenges, through, being more positive, seeing the glass half full, working on your issues and taking care of your personal development and being the best person you can be, but not beating yourself up. Just love yourself as you are. We're all a work in progress. And that spiritual partnership can mean a couple of things. It can also mean having another friend or somebody come into your life in the next month that's going to have a common interest with regards to spirituality. It may mean that you're there to give some spiritual wisdom, whether these people know it's spiritual or not, but that you are being of assistance to another person. It can be a friend, it can be a partner, it can be a work colleague, it can be a client. And another meaning for that card is some people might meet someone this month and there's potential for a partnership. Everyone is different, but the biggest and greatest meaning of all is your spiritual partnership with yourself. All right, because the more that you understand yourself as a spiritual being, the greater the benefit that's going to be for you in your life. And it's going to help you to create the life that you want and to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So I'll leave that with you for this month, and we'll move on now to personal year number 2. So you guys, for the month of December, are in a 5. You're in a 5 month of change. Out with the old to make way for the new sometimes. What this energy means, it's a lot more faster pace, especially a faster pace than it was last month. One of the things you need to understand, because it's a changeable energy, number 5, the month that you're in for December, it's where you need to learn to pivot. And what I mean by pivot, I mean be adaptable and flexible, because things can change and plans can change, and you can be going in one direction and then all of a sudden, something changes and you're off in another direction. And it's up to us in the 2-year. I'm in a 2-year as well, so we're on the same page, to learn to adapt to whatever those new circumstances are, to be able to let go of whatever you were, what was and what you thought was going to be, let it go and go with the flow of life, trust the system, adapt to your new outcomes or new surroundings or new circumstances as quickly and as easily as you possibly can, because it's going to be in your best interest to do so. This energy is also saying have more fun and adventure. Do something different, change up your life, shake things up a bit, do something you normally wouldn't do, have an adventure. It's good because, we do have a bit of a break at Christmas time. So it is a good time to be able to do a little vacation or a little road trip or just something different, even if it means, eating something different that you normally wouldn't eat, or reading a type of book you normally wouldn't read, or just doing something that you naturally wouldn't do, so that you can step out of your boundaries and your comfort zone. Also, you're going to feel like a new sense of freedom this month, especially if you are being a positive person, if you've got a positive mindset, because, our goal is to feel as free and light as we possibly can from the things that restrict us and hold us back, which are our own worries and fears, which is our own mindset that holds us back. Don't forget, we're creative beings and we're creating our reality. And our job is to learn how to focus on what we want in our life rather than dwell upon or focus on what we don't want. And that's constantly learning how to change the way that we think. So use this month to make those positive changes. Now, I also want to draw another numerology guidance oracle card for you with an extra message for you this month. Let's have a look and see what we get. And this is for me as well, because I'm in the 2-year too. So let's see, what do we need to know right now, those of us in the 2-year? Interesting. Spiritual career. All right, spiritual career. Now, when it says career, don't be worried thinking, that you have to be always earning money and it has to be really successful financially. If there are any of us out there that are thinking about how we would like to do something in this field, now, it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be right now, but it may be an idea that's brewing and percolating beneath the surface. And it's about letting you guys know that Forget about the financial aspect of it. Don't judge the success or how am I ever going to make money from that. Let the universe work the answers out to that further down the line. For now, let's start giving emotion and energy and thought to what that would look like, even if it's a little side hustle, even if it's like a Thursday afternoon learning something and we're doing free readings or free card readings or learning about healing or Reiki or whatever it might be. For those that are that way inclined, that are thinking about that, don't discount the idea because you've got a day job and you know that you will never leave that or you're not able to or whatever. Always keep that dream in your mind and keep chipping away, studying, learning, doing online courses, reading books, doing workshops, because it doesn't have to be this red hot minute. But if you've got that desire there, then you can really make it happen. Other people, it might be the career that you actually already have that's nothing to do with it being a spiritual career. But what that can also mean, a double meaning of this, is your spirituality and what you believe can influence your other career. All right. So what I'm getting at is the spiritual beliefs that you have, such as I attract what I focus my attention on the most. Your spiritual beliefs will influence the outcomes that affect your work and your career. So, for example, if you believe that you're on a dead-end street, this is leading nowhere, it's an awful job, I'll never get anything better, you got to realize that your thoughts are attracting, your thoughts are creating the reality that you're in, influencing your work, money, and career. And so get those thoughts in order this month. Focus on the belief that there is always something else out there for you. There is always going to be something come up in the right place at the right time, to believe in opportunities, to believe in your potential, to focus on what you want. So bring your spiritual beliefs and use them to create a work environment that makes you the happiest. All right, so I'll leave that with you. And let's move on now to personal year number 3. So you guys are in a 6 personal month for December. And the focus for you in your numerology guidance and for the 6 is love. All right. Now, what that means is many different meanings, but one of which is it's about you learning to love life. It's about you learning to see through the eyes of love. What would love do now? So for this month, there is a big focus on, first of all, self-love, loving and accepting who you are right here, right now, as you are today, warts and all, a work in progress, being kind to yourself, treating yourself like your own best friend. All right, self-love. Also, the 6th month is going to expand out to the people in your life. All right, there's a strong focus on the relationships in your life, children, family, neighbors, work colleagues, friends, clients, all sorts of connections with people, but especially the home, the family, pets, animals, domestic responsibilities, and being there for those who need you, being that shoulder to cry on, and learning to be more loving and understanding towards other people this month. All right, to be more kinder, more forgiving, especially forgiveness, because the more open your heart, the more loving and kind and forgiving a heart you have, the higher your vibration will be. The higher your vibration, the easier it is to manifest the outcomes you desire in your life. The easier it is to be in synchronicity with life, being in the right place at the right time. And so it's about you learning to take your responsibilities seriously this month. Be there for those who need you. Don't worry about getting anything back in return. It's selfless service, but it's also recognizing the need for your self-love and self-care. And I'm also going to draw another numerology guidance oracle card for you guys to see what other messages you need to know for this month, the 6th month that you're in this 3 year that you're in. So let's see, what do the 3s need to know right now? Oh, teaching and learning. And that's interesting, because if you think about it, with you being in that 6th month where there's going to be a strong focus on other people in you, around you, in your life, you are going to play the role of, you're going to probably be teaching, even if it's just one person, as that teacher, that wise teacher, you know, someone may come to you for advice and you may explain to them some guidance that's really going to help them. And it doesn't have to be anything far out. It's not rocket science. It can be something very practical, but very effective. And sometimes it's even just listening that can help somebody. But you actually have a lot of wisdom to share, especially if you're tuning into something like this and you're a Hay House follower, or you're on that spiritual journey or that journey of mind, body, spirit. You've got powerful wisdom to share with other people. But at the same time, it's also a month where you are also learning as well. So if you've got any online workshops you want to do, any books you want to read, any courses, any websites, or any podcasts, or where you can gather information and content from that's going to fill your mind up with wisdom and knowledge, this is the time. You are the teacher and you are the learner, and you are playing both roles. And that's really important because you're absorbing information, and it's not only for you. You're passing it on to other people in a meaningful way. And never underestimate the impact you have on other people, especially this month. All right, so I'll leave that with you. And we'll move on now to personal year number 4. So you guys, for the month of December, you guys are in a 7-month, and that's all about personal growth. Now, it's really interesting, and this is amplified actually, because we're still in a 7 universal year, and you're in a 7 personal month for December. And this is where, because your 4 year, and you're finishing off this 4 year, this 4 year is all about doing whatever needs to be done to get yourself and your life how you want it to be, to put the effort in, to grow, to evolve, to build up your life in whatever area you want it to be, whether it's in career, whether it's finances, whether it's health, whether it's improving your relationships, whether it's developing a stronger connection to source energy. Well, the 7-month that you're in is basically encouraging you to put more time and attention into that spiritual relationship with source energy, or whatever it is you believe in. You know, some people it's the ascended masters, some people it's the archangels, the angels, Archangel Michael, Saint Germain, or whatever it might be. It really doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you is about amplifying that connection. So putting more prayer in, more meditation, more time in nature, more time in silence and contemplation. And so this month that you're in is saying, have some downtime if it's possible. I know it's a crazy time of the year, but even if it's just an extra half an hour where you, instead of driving straight home, you might drive to a little quiet street somewhere and just sit in your car before you, or go for a little walk and listen to a podcast, or just be in nature in some silence and just thinking about your relationship with yourself and source energy, or might be doing that extra yoga class, or, you know, taking an extra long meditation, or doing an online course. It's about filling your mind, body, and soul with more information that's going to make your heart sing, and making sure that you try and have some quiet time alone, because it is in the silence, it is in the solitude, it is in that quiet time alone where you receive guidance from your higher self, where all that is will communicate with you through your intuition, through clear cognizance, through clear sentience, through whatever form and mean that you receive your guidance. It's in that silence and the stillness and the groundedness that it comes so loud and clear. But we're so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, especially around Christmas time in December, that we forget and we lose track of all of that. But this card is telling you that it's really important, because this is ending off this year, this really important year for you, with, it's almost like the cherry on top. And it's saying, look, this is, if you can do this, then you're really going to set yourself up for next year. You would have really come full circle with this 4 year that you've been in all year. So let's draw one more card for you and see if we get some special information. I want one more card for the 4s, please. I ask permission to tune into the conditions surrounding 4s. Please let me know what else you want them to know. Thank you in advance, and so it is. Amen. Card for the 4s. Oh, that one flipped out. What was that one? Oh, forgiveness. This one, look. Forgiveness. All right. So forgiveness has many different layers to it, one of which is forgiving yourself. All right. None of this beating yourself up. I could have, I should have. Why didn't I do that? Or what a schmuck I am. None of that. Forgive yourself first and foremost. Be kind to yourself. You are just a human being fumbling your way through the dark like we all are, and you are a work in progress, and you always will be, and that is all good. Imperfection is perfect. And then forgiving other people. Now, you don't have to be best friends. You don't have to welcome them with open arms back into your life, but if you can at least learn to open your heart and to learn to just forgive. It is what it is. They are who they are. Accept, let go, move on for yourself. That's going to help you to heal and raise your vibration so that you are not carrying that heavy load around anymore. And another layer of it is forgiving that life unfolded the way that it did in the first place. So forgiving circumstances, forgiving the state of the world, forgiving the government, forgiving politics, forgiving the bullshit that's going on, forgiving forgiving the misfortunes of life, wrong place, wrong time. Just forgive it all, accept, let go, and move on. Why? Because the inability to do that is heavy, dense energy that will not only prevent you from manifesting the outcomes and the things that you want in your life with the law of attraction, but if you stay in a prolonged state of unforgiveness and anger or frustration or a feeling of revenge or anything of just victim mentality for a prolonged period of time, the physical human body cannot maintain that energy, that low frequency without getting unwell. And we want our health is so important, especially these days and times. So it's so beneficial for you to learn to forgive where and when you can. All right, so I'll leave that extra message with you, and we'll move on now to personal year number 5. So you guys, your 5 year, you're in an 8 month for December. And your message with the numerology guidance cards is manifestation, because number 8 is the number of manifestation, the law of attraction. So this is a really dynamic combination of numbers for you guys this month. Anything can happen, and it usually does, especially if you believe it. And so I want you to pay extra attention to understanding the manifestation process with the law of attraction this month. Okay, if you can get your hands on, Sandra Ann Taylor's Quantum Success, Penny Pierce Frequency, Wayne Dyer, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, any book or website or video on YouTube from Abraham Hicks, material from the people like Bob Proctor, you've got people teaching these, Dr. Joe Dispenza, really learn the intricate details of the manifestation process, especially this month, because this is a month where you are a manifestation maestro and you want to use that energy to your advantage. Now, also for the month of December with that 8, manage your finances. Try not to overspend. Don't overcommit yourself. Take care of any legal matters. Some people may have changes or wanting to make changes or shifts or changes within their jobs and careers. Other people may be looking for a job and a career and making changes. So some people will stay where they are and there's shifts and changes. And then other people, it may be, I want to make some changes. And I also want to give you guys an extra card here, some extra guidance. Please give me a message for number of people in the 5 year for December. What other extra message can you give us, please? Thank you in advance. And so it is. Amen. 5s. Moderation. And that's really interesting, actually, because if you look at this number, it's a 14, right? 14 equals 5. And you guys are a 5 year. And the moderation card is really, really important when it comes to a number 5, because number 5 is an extremist kind of energy. And it's kind of like pretty intense and highly charged, and it can be quite addictive. And the 5 is learning how to be more stable and grounded and self-disciplined. So that moderation card is just saying, it doesn't matter whether it's excessive behavior in terms of, food, alcohol, drinking, spending, gambling, any of those things. The energy of the 5 can also mean excessive energy and worrying. It might be overthinking or over micromanaging. Really what it's saying is let go of any intense behaviors or thoughts and soften, all right, and just let go and ground yourself, stabilize yourself, anchor yourself, ground yourself, move away from that anxious, obsessive, kind of addictive, kind of, intense mindset and behaviors, so that you can be calm, grounded, trusting, in the flow, natural, light, breezy, just gentle and stable, rather than that intense energy, because that's going to raise your vibration, especially because you guys are in that 8, and the 8 is manifesting whatever you're putting out. So if you're putting out crazy vibes, you're going to manifest more crazy. So let's put out awesome, life is good, all is well in the world, I am abundant, safe and secure energy out in that 8 month, and manifest some of that back, right? That sounds a heck of a lot better. So I'll leave that with you, and we'll move on now to personal year number 6. You guys, for the month of December, your numerology guidance oracle card is number 9, completion. Out with the old to make way for the new. And that's what's happening for you this month. Now, on one level, it can mean out with the old and completion for any relationships or changes with dynamics, with sort of relationships that you're in with friends, work colleagues, neighbors, clients, family members. It doesn't matter who it is. It's just people in general, or a person, that there's a shift in dynamic. And it can be a really good thing. It can be transformational. For some people, it can mean a shift in a relationship dynamic with your own self. All right. It's a positive transformation. It's about you accepting what is, letting go, moving away from the past, and moving forward into greater potentials and opportunities, and letting them, it is what it is. They are who they are. It was what it was. Moving forward and leaving the past behind, because there's better opportunities coming. And this energy is about the tail end of that. It's crossing your T's, dotting your I's, getting everything all squared away, understanding that where one door closes, it's only so that another can open, and being open to walking through the open door, not having that open door sitting there and going, oh, shouldn't I, and procrastinating or being afraid to walk through that door because of fear of the unknown. Leave all that behind and walk through that door, because there's a whole new energy moving for you. And you are in a 7 year next month, and that's a really powerful year. And so you can square away this month, especially with any kind of relationships, because you are in a 6 year, and that 9, and also the 9 is where you move away from the chrysalis into the butterfly. So by the end of this month, you may have some profound, changes and improvements within yourself as to who you are and where you're going and moving forward in your life. There is so much better opportunities coming for you, but it's a matter of you being in that mindset and realizing that, so that you can manifest them or create them or attract them into your life. Now, I also want to draw an additional card for you guys, an additional message from the numerology guidance cards, and see what other message we can give you in the 6 years. What other messages can we give the 6s? And we've got, love partnership. Isn't that interesting? Now, for some people that are in a love relationship, then obviously that's pretty obvious. That means the extra effort required, and also, opportunity to improve the love relationships in your life. But it's not always romantic. And also for single people, it can mean be open to receiving love. So if you want to meet somebody, this card can say some of you have potential to meet someone. This isn't just for this month. This is moving forward next year as well. And to be open and start being clear about what you want. All right. And believing that it's out there, not focusing on what you don't want, because don't forget, law of attraction, you attract what you think about the most. So if you're thinking mostly about what you don't want, or if you're thinking mostly about lack of, or not meeting anyone, or not having anyone, then you're going to attract more not having anyone and not meeting anyone, right? So you want to focus on what you want and give that more attention, and that will come. And then other people, that the love relationship isn't just meaning romantic love, romantic relationships. It can mean parent to child. It can mean best friend to best friend. It can mean, sister and brother, parent and child. Know that the relationships in your life, especially where there's a love bond, it's important to be looking at those and putting extra time and energy into that this month, but also next year as well. And again, for some people, it can also mean, especially with that completion, some people will walk away from relationships this month and next year, but not everyone. And then other people will have the opportunity to transform existing relationships and make them better than they were before. So everyone's circumstances are different, but you will know your own personal circumstances with that message. So I'll leave that with you, and we'll move on now to personal year number 7. So for you guys, for December, you've got the number 1 personal month, and that signifies new beginnings, new opportunities, a fresh start. So what do we do with that information? Well, I want you to look at your life, especially because it's in preparation this month, but for preparation for next year as well. What do you want to begin? First of all, you want to ask yourself, what do I want? And get clear about what it is that you want. Some people don't even really actually know what they want exactly. Some people know exactly what they don't want, but they don't know what do they want. And so what you would do is you would sit down with a pen and paper and actually ask yourself, what do I want? How do I want my life to be? Now, some people, if you don't know exactly what you want, you can figure that out by writing down what you don't want. And then what you do when you get what you don't want is you know that you write the opposite of that would be what you would want. And that's the first step. Get clear about what you want. The next step is take positive steps towards making it happen. Now, there's the physical steps and taking the physical action that needs to be taken, but there is the energetic steps, the spiritual steps of manifesting it energetically. And that's your visualization. That's your affirmations. That's your scripting, where you're making a script in your journal about, this is my life. I'm so happy. Today I'm looking out the window of my beautiful home and I can see my beautiful trees and the beautiful view in front of me. And I've got my beautiful dog is lying on the end of my bed and we're looking out the window together. Or I've got a loved one that I'm snuggled up and my kids are happy and life is good. And, get clear about what you want. Make a script out of that, because this month is saying that start to take action, start to get clear about what that plan is and start making those steps, start taking those steps. You've got a green light to move forward, and it's a really powerful month where you really can make some headway. So this is about you getting proactive, getting clear about what you want, getting those details sorted out, and start getting your shit together. I sometimes say the S word. I'm from the rough side of town, so you'll have to forgive me. Could be a lot worse. Could have been the F word, right? So let's say I want to draw another message for you guys too. So let's see what the Numerology Guidance Oracle card's going to say for people in the 7 year for the month of December. Oh, look, you got more ones. You got number double ones there. The 11, individuality. Another extra message for you this month and to carry through for next year is be your true, authentic self. Individuality. Standing up tall in who you are, no matter what other people think, no matter how different you may feel, no matter how differently you may see the world or think or live your life. Be true to yourself. Be your true, authentic self. Embrace those points of difference. See that as your badge of honor. See that as your gift to the world, rather than using it as an excuse to feel disconnected or excluded or less than. No, we're turning it around and we're using it as a gift of empowerment. It's about you stepping into your full power, you believing in yourself, you trusting yourself, you believing in yourself. Number 1 is also the number of individuality. So it's about you and your relationship with yourself. Get confident, get strong. All right, that's your big message as well. And I wish you all the very best with that. So personal year number 8. So for December, you're actually in a number 2 month. All right. Number 2, slow and steady wins the race. All right. Now, here's your keyword from the Numerology Guidance cards. Your card for this month is a number 2 card, the patience, number 2, patience. Now, number 2 resonates to the High Priestess card in Tarot, all right? And it resonates to the Cancerian energy, the moon, intuition, that feminine energy. Now, the feminine energy is receptive. It sinks in and it's soft and it's all about divine order and timing. And it's about trusting in divine order and timing. And it's about learning not to force your will upon circumstances. It's learning instead to have faith and trust that all will unfold as it's meant to, and to be in that patient, trusting, loving, all-knowing, wise wisdom where you are saying, everything will work out exactly how it's meant to, and I don't need to force it to get things to unfold the way I want. I just need to trust and be patient. Now, if you force things to happen, if you don't do that and you decide you're going to try and micromanage everything, be controlling and extra pushy, you might fall flat on your face, because this energy is trying to teach you not to do that. So if anything, I want you to learn to go with the flow. If you find yourself getting a bit impatient and wanting to, take over and push your will and make things happen at your pace and in your way, distract yourself, play some great music, go for a walk, ring up a friend, watch an amazing YouTube video, or watch some funny reruns of Will and Grace, or, what's that program with Jane Fonda, Grace and, it's on Netflix. Oh, I can't remember, but God, it's great. She's so awesome. Anyway, watch some reruns of Friends. Distract yourself from forcing things and try and move away from that, because it's not going to do you any favors. There will be karmic lessons attached if you do try and force your will. You may be waiting for something to happen and really wanting it to happen, but if you push it, it may not happen, you see, and we want it to happen. So you have to let go and let God. All right, get out of the way. Now, you may, this month, you may feel more sensitive than normal, and you may find that you might overreact, might be a bit more emotional, and might overreact to things. So you need to be aware to be like extra understanding, extra cooperative, because you might react and be quite reactive and wonder, why am I so emotional? It's because that 2 energy amplifies the emotions. And so make sure that you're in a positive mindset, because then when those emotions are amplified, you're amplifying good emotions, aren't you? So you find it easier to be grateful. You find it easier to feel that everything works out for you. You find it easier to be understanding and let things go, to not dwell on things, or to not be angry with people all the time. Soften, be more loving, be more open-hearted. That's a really important thing to know this month. And I draw one more card for you, because we've got another message from the Numerology Guidance Oracle cards for those in a 8 year, which is a 2 month for December. What else can you tell us? Oh, what was this one? It fell out. Leadership. All right. It's interesting. It's an 81, because, you are in an 8 year, and that 8 is about being the leader of yourself and the leader of your life. So the 8 year that you've been in also is about self-empowerment and learning how to become more self-empowered and not allowing yourself to be disempowered by anyone or anything. Now, also anything means worries and fears. So leadership, take control, be the leader, be in charge, be in control of your behavior. All right. Now, some people, it literally will mean step up to the plate, put your hand up to be a leader. Others, it means walk a path less traveled, you be in charge of your own life. But another meaning of it is be the leader and be in control of your own thought patterns that enable you to become self-empowered and positive in a high vibration, rather than disempowered, negative, worrisome, anxious, fearful, afraid, negative. We don't want any of that. That's lowering your vibration. You are siphoning your valuable life force energy. You are hemorrhaging, as Carolyn Mace would say, my favorite mentor of all time, another brilliant Hay House author. I guarantee, if you want to know, you want to fast track your personal development, get hold of Carolyn Mace. I always say about her, Carolyn Mace, she doesn't candy coat personal growth. She tells you how it is. She's a straight shooter, and I love that. So much respect for that lady. But you will hemorrhage your valuable life force energy that you need to heal, that you need to help manifest yourself the outcomes and goals that you want to achieve. We need that valuable life force energy for positive things. Don't hemorrhage it and waste it and drain it by being anxious, worrisome, fearful, negative. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy. So I'll leave that with you. All right. And I hope you have a great month. And let's move on now to personal year number 9. Your card and your message, you're in a 3-month for December. And that has got a big focus on number 3, Numerology Golden Card. Number 3, creativity. Now, that has a lot of different meanings. The first thing is understand that you're a creative being. All right. Manifestation. You are creating your reality through everything you think and feel and how you perceive yourself and your life and the events and experiences that happen in your day-to-day life. Your job is to learn to view those circumstances and experiences from a higher perspective, looking down from your higher self, which is, I'm here to learn, grow, and evolve. Life is showing me experiences that enable me to learn, grow, and evolve. As soon as you can accept, let go, move on, forgive, move through the challenging aspects and not dwell on them, the quicker it is for you to manifest the outcomes and solutions and better circumstances that you want. The sooner you can process them, the challenges, and move through them, the creative solutions to problems will appear. And also, the creative energy, doing what makes you feel good. If you've got any creative side of your personality at all, whether it's music, whether it's writing, whether it's cooking, whether it's gardening, whether it's putting a floral arrangement together, whether it's how you decorate your room or your home or, your workspace, that kind of creative expression, if it's something you enjoy, raises our vibration, helps us to feel good. Now, another thing you need to understand about this month is you need to go out of your way to feel good. That's what the 3 energy is. It's also about joy, happiness, laughter, youthful energy, acting the goat, having fun no matter how old you are, laughter, joy, like childlike energy. And it's about you understanding. I want to draw another card for you. Understanding that the happier you are, if you choose to be happy, it's a choice. It's a choice. We choose to be happy and be really protective of how you feel emotionally. The happier you are, the more consistently happier you are, the easier and the quicker you will attract the things that you want in your life with the law of attraction. And this month has given you an opportunity to focus on that because you're a creative being. Remember the creativity card, very, very profound for you this month. And let's draw another numerology guidance oracle card to give us another message for you guys for this month before we go. Effort. And that isn't surprising. It's another yellow card. Look, you got 3. And then we got effort, which is 13, 1 and a 3. And that means that you are going to need to put effort into being able to do this, but it's going to be worth it. So make sure that you do. Try your best this month to see the glass half full. All right, to focus on. So if you find yourself getting angry or worried or dwelling on something, stop yourself in your tracks if you can remember to do that and go, stop. Now I know what I don't want. What do I want? What's the opposite of what I'm going through right now? What's the opposite of what I'm feeling right now? So let's say you're worried about finances. All right. And you catch yourself freaking out about your finances and you go, right, well, now I know what I don't want. What do I want? All right. What's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of freaking out about finances is I'm abundant. The money will come from somewhere. Everything will work out. I'll be in the right place at the right time. Something will happen. It'll be all right. And you start focusing on that. If you're worried about finances, then you might, for example, Google or search on YouTube, Abraham Hicks, money. Or you might read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You be proactive, put the effort in, remember, the effort in to get yourself where you want to be or where you need to be. You would do the work that needs to be done to get yourself in that mindset. So you know that you want to attract abundance. That's the opposite of worrying about money. Stay in that space. What would it look like? How would I feel emotionally if money wasn't an issue in my life? How would I feel if I was bailed out and I didn't have to worry anymore and I was relaxed? You'd feel relieved. You'd feel safe. You'd feel secure. You'd feel so happy and grateful. You have to start by feeling that even though you haven't got it yet. You've got to put the cart before the horse. Gratitude for what you already have in your life is a first great way to start. That's a very powerful way to be able to get yourself on that track. All right. So I'll leave that with you and I wish you the very best. And I will talk to you next month. All right. Have a fantastic December and I'll see you later. Bye.